I never thought the day would come where I would be surrounded by fans, but especially in a foreign country. But yo, welcome back. Now, if you watched the last video, you know that I was pretty sick, and it's only been a day since then. So I am still sick. I feel a little bit better. Still a little bit like congested in the throat and the nose area, but overall feeling healthier. Got some cold and flu tablets last night, a vid test. It's not the vid, so I guess that's a positive maybe, but it's a negative. Today I've come in, it's like 7 a.m. They trained last night on these 2 wickets. There is the national team training this morning at 11 a.m. on these as well, and out in the middle on the pitch that they're using on Saturday. But before we get fully into this video, this is what I'm at, trying to hit 10k. Been pumping out these videos twice a week, 2 big videos a week. Support the grind, get me to 10k. Let's do a 10k giveaway. Let's do it. And let me know in the comment section where you are watching from, state, country, city, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and if you're still enjoying these videos. Also, if you want to be Ghetto Banger, comment the song, and if you get chosen, I'll give you a shout out in one of the next videos as well. So what I'm going to do right now, first up, I think I'll just get the mower out here and give this new pitch and the new pitch in the middle there a cut at 7mm. And then I might just get the broom and sweep up the areas from training last night just to give that a clean. Might even run the mower over this as well just to neaten it up for the national team training. And then I guess I should probably remark the creases at least down that far end. Go out there, take the roll-on covers off. I put those out there yesterday after work just because I watered that pitch and I wanted it to stay a little bit more moist than just bake in the sun. So I'll take those off. The pitch that they're going to train on today, I guess I'll get this batting cage out there, mark it up, maybe give it a mow and a quick roll, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Well, interesting. Yesterday was hot, like 30 degrees. Last I watered this pitch was at like 1 o'clock, and half of it was already dry when I finished watering it. I'm out here now, and it's actually pretty wet, so I don't know if we must have got like a bit of rain overnight, unless the Cairns will put the irrigation on, because the irrigation was on yesterday. So luckily I had the roll-on covers on the ODI pitch, but this pitch is the one they want to use for training today, and there's literally no chance of that happening because it's wet. God damn it, now I've got to explain, or try to explain why it's wet. I don't think none of the roads were wet, so I don't think it rained, and it was hot as, and it said there was no rain. Yeah, this is way wetter than it should be. That's annoying. I'll have to tell them no training out here today, but they can train out here tomorrow. I've just given this pitch a cut at 14mm and that one a cut at 14mm. Now I'm going to cut this one down to 7. Not going to touch that one because that's still 2 weeks out from being played on. So I'll just cut this down at 7, give it a verti cut again at 7, and then get on the roller and roll out here and over on the prackies. New pitch, cut at 7. I'm going to let the sun just bake it for a little bit, just to dry it out before I give it a verti cut. I don't want to do it while it's too soft. Like it's pretty firm, but I'll give it like an hour before I get back out here with the verti cutter. And in the meantime, I'll go roll the practice wickets for training. My dumbass, even considering that it rained, definitely didn't rain, because if it rained, these would all be drenched. These are rock hard. And just for context, this pitch, I watered probably 3 times the amount yesterday, more than what I watered the pitch out there. And this is not wet or soft at all. That is still wet right now, and it's 9:30 a.m. So this is dried out a bit now. Gonna get the verti cutter on it, thin it out a little bit, and then give it another cut at 7mm with this bad boy. So I verti cut. Now I'm going to give it a mow at 7mm and clean it up a little bit. But here is all the debris that I cleaned out with the verti cutter. So it definitely took a fair bit off it. now once I mow it again, it'll clean it up a bit better. Nice little cut down at 7mm after a verti cut, just to clean it up. Now, I'll give it like half an hour. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go have a hot chocolate and a toasty, and then I'll come back out, jump on the roller, give it a nice 45-minute roll. One thing to keep in mind when watching these videos, these are all filmed about a week in advance from the time you guys see these. So like you're watching it right now on a Sunday or a Wednesday. I don't actually know when this video is coming out, but I think this one comes out on a, days it say, Wednesday till Sunday.
Quick maths.
This will be coming out like next Wednesday. So there's already 2 videos before this that still haven't come out yet. So like anything you see in these videos regarding the pitch and all that, the games have already been played. Like by the time you're watching this video, there's already been 3 matches played on this pitch that I'm showing. So by the time you see this and you're looking at Sportsbet or whatever, it's already been done. And I did have confirmation from the guys at the council. I asked them if they irrigated last night and they said yes.
Oh, thank God.
Which I understand why, it was hot.
It's fucking hot outside.
But they were under the assumption that the sprinklers that were close to the wicket table didn't do full 360. So they're going to come back in next week sometime, pop them up and just make sure they've adjusted them properly to make sure it doesn't get on the wicket table again, because it's obviously stuffed up the guys' training plans for today. But at least now I know, and everyone else knows, that it was just a mishap that wasn't meant to happen. Not much anyone can do about it really, but it's been shut off now to make sure it doesn't happen again for tomorrow's training. Just finished giving that pitch a roll for 45 minutes. I'm going to get the hose, give it a quick water, and then put the roll-on covers onto it just to keep the moisture in for tomorrow. And then I'm going to set the sprinklers up on that side of the wicket table just to water that. And then I'm going to give this a 45-minute roll and that probably a 20-minute roll, just so it's ready for training tomorrow. I can give another roll tomorrow before training starts, but I just want to get a little start on this as well. But first, give that one a water and get the covers on. Got the sprinkler out here still going, and the T20 pitch and the pitch for Saturday both got about half an hour each. They're right next to each other, so I just rolled the entire block of 2 together. This one got the 45 and these 2 both got half an hour. So when I say I rolled both blocks of 2 together, I just went from one side all the way across and back and across. Now, just going to turn off this sprinkler. Wicket table's had enough. Tomorrow's not as hot. Today's actually not as hot either. And then Friday I think is hot again, but it's like 26, so it's not too bad. But I'm assuming because they're going to be training on this wicket behind me tomorrow, I'll have to fix up some of these footholes and just make sure they're good for play on Saturday. But yeah, I'm just going to turn off this sprinkler and I'm going to go talk to a couple of the boys that are training right now and try and organise a future video for the channel. I want to try and get Vic to bowl at me for like 50 balls and see how many times he can get me out. All right, time for me to clock out for the day. Trainings are finished, wickets are rolled. Let's do it all again tomorrow. Well, I never thought the day would come where I would be surrounded by fans, but especially in a foreign country. But here I am in the Netherlands, surrounded by fans.
Ha! Gay!
It is Thursday, and it's actually a little bit cold today. I've got the jumper on. I'm still wearing my short shorts, but it's a little bit chilly out here this early in the morning.
Shut up, bitch!
Today, it's going to be basically the same day as yesterday. The national team are training on the practice wickets here, so going to give those a quick roll first. Can't really do anything else to the other 2. And they are also training out on Saturday's wicket today, so I'll get all this stuff off, give all 3 wickets a roll, and put the batting cage out there for them to use. And yeah. Well, I just gave the T20 pitch a cut at 14mm. I don't know if it's the T20 pitch anymore. Like, I know this one's I keep saying this one's the ODI pitch, that's the T20 pitch. But I spoke with one of the overseeing umpires yesterday, and I think the plan now is just to rotate through them, sort of like 2 games, 2 games, 2 games, like that, just to sort of spread it out a little bit and keep a bit of wear and tear off the one, let one recover a little bit, get a bit of water back into it, so that might be a smart move as well. Anyway, I just gave that one a cut at 14mm. This is down at 7mm, as you saw in the earlier video, like earlier in this video. What you're seeing right now though is a time lapse. I am brushing the pitch, standing up the leaf, which also helps with getting that straw color and getting the green out of it. So I'll brush it, which stresses out the leaf a little bit and stands it up. So when I give it a cut at 7mm again, it gives it a nice clean cut, and it's not just cutting off the tips from the grass that's already been flattened with the roller. So I'll stand it up with the brush and then give it a cut at 7mm now, like you're seeing in the time lapse. And the reason why I'm talking over it like this is because otherwise you just get a silent time lapse, or me doing a little sound going. So you can see, and you probably saw it in the time lapse as well, how much cleaner of a cut it gave. I adjusted this reel to bed knife, so it's a lot tighter now, giving a nicer clean cut, and took off a fair bit. If I didn't give it a brush, I reckon I would have got off probably less than half of that. So that's the benefit of what brushing does. Stands the leaf up, allows you to actually get all the grass off instead of just flattening it out. My thoughts now to get on the roller, prackies, give them a quick roll each, like probably only like 5 to 10 minutes each because they're already rock hard. Come out here, give this a 45-minute roll because it's still got a little bit of softness from the watering yesterday, and I obviously have the covers on it to keep that moisture in. So give this a roll, 45. Come out here, this pitch they're going to be training on, so I'll probably give these two another roll across for like 40 minutes, and I'll have to take off this string line on this side at least. Put the batting cage out here. I've just given the 2 wickets that are used today a clean up. I haven't rolled them yet, but just gave these areas a sweep down both ends. Check out how much I got off. Like there was obviously the Dutch team yesterday, and then I think the men's A team trained last night, but that's a full bucket of just loam and debris. Luckily, today's Thursday, and this is the last day that these 2 pitches will be used, and then I can fill them all up and fix them tomorrow, and then get a nice water on all of this, and we can start using these 2 new pitches next week. Training is completed now. I did a little bit of outfielding for them and was expecting to catch, but never got one. Unfortunately, couldn't show off my catching skills. Looking at the pitch now, they didn't do as much damage as I thought. Like, still a little bit because they bowled out here, so this end got quite a workout with the ball. But as you can see, like, that's not deep enough to actually repair. Like if I wet it and put new loam in that, it's just gonna flick up because it's not deep enough to actually hold a decent amount, so there's no structure behind it. It's probably less damage down this end as well, and definitely not deep enough to warrant a repair. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just sweep it all up like I'm doing now. Yeah, it's not deep enough, so I'm gonna just sweep it all up, get rid of all the debris. I'm gonna give it a mow now just to clean it up a little bit, and that's going to be the last mow. Today's Thursday. It's going to be the last mow. I'm not going to mow it at all on the weekend. I'm going to leave a little bit of grass on it this time around, so it has a bit in it for the batters and the bowlers, and it'll make it easier to recover next week before the international matches. Yeah, okay, so it's all cleaned up now. Got that much off, and if you can see, there's barely any divots, like barely any sort of, there's no depth to it. No point in repairing that. Yeah, it looks a little bit neater after a clean with the mower. Definitely cleaned it up, flattened it out, and you can see that there is no need to fill that in. Obviously for a ones game, you don't want it looking worn already, but the way the fixtures are, they can't use any of these ones because they're the international pitches. So this is their last game pretty much for the season out here. I think they got one more in about a month and that's it. So you're gonna have to make do with that. Covers are on, all the wickets have been watered, so I'll come in tomorrow morning and give this one a good roll. Both of these a good roll. This one's obviously being played on Saturday, tomorrow being Friday, so I get another good roll or 2 rolls on this and the T21 and that one as well. Practice wickets, apparently they want to use them tomorrow for a little bit again. So then once that's done, I'll take them down and give them good water. To finish off the day on a high, we're going to get into a Be Ghetto banger. Now, in the last couple of videos, I have asked you guys for suggestions, whether it be by DMing me on Instagram or commenting on this video. Now, you gotta understand that the first video that said suggestions came out yesterday for me, but that was like a week, maybe even longer ago for you. So these are requests that came from a week ago. I'll do one now and then one later on in the video, but this first one caught my eye because this is in my current rotation of songs. This one was suggested by Patrick Crosby on Instagram. He said 2 songs to add to the playlist: Linger by the Cranberries and You're the Voice by John Farnham. I'm only going to pick one, and it's going to be Linger by the Cranberries because that is in my current liked songs in my Spotify, not the Be Ghetto Bangers playlist, but I want to add it to that playlist. And you've specified the Cranberries, but I'm going to add in the Cranberries version and the Royal Otis version because everyone's getting around the Royal Otis version a lot lately. And I am still a little bit sick. And remember, I'm not a professional singer. I am a professional grass cutter / cricket pitch preparer. And I do love this song, Linger by the Cranberries. I've liked it for a very long time. I think it was actually in Adam Sandler's movie Click by memory. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Oh, I thought the world of you. I thought nothing could go wrong, but I was wrong. I could feel the raspiness in my voice then trying to sing that, and I'm sorry for how bad of a rendition that was. I'm no Cranberries or Royal Otis when it comes to Linger or any song in general. But once again, I do really enjoy that song, so thank you for requesting that. Kind of makes me think of a certain someone from a couple of months ago, but all good. No shade. It's been a long day, boys. Been here since about 7:30 and it's currently almost 4:30, so time to go home. See you tomorrow. Yo, Friday. Let's get it. I'm riding to work right now. No hands, no helmet.
We've got a badass over here.
I don't think helmets are legal here anyway. No one wears them. Even the kids, the elderly. And you don't need hands to ride either. Except when you turn a corner like that. That's when you need hands. But if you're just riding on the straight, you don't need it. See? You can't see me.
Are you sure about that?
But if you are riding a bike anywhere else in the world, apart from Amsterdam, which is like bike central and bikes are at the top of the hierarchy, wear a helmet and use 2 hands. Damn, I almost forgot. I got to take off these shade cloths today because there's a match tomorrow, so I've just taken the nails out of them now. Going to pull them off. I'm not expecting it to be like full grown, thick, filled in. Like it's only been down there since Monday, so it's like 4 full days. So I'm expecting to see a little bit of seed coming up, but nothing spectacular. Let's have a look anyway. Oh, you can see it's definitely greener under there and thicker.
Wow! Beautiful!
As for new seed popping up, not a great deal. There is little bits here and there. Needs a bit more water. Yeah, there's a little bit. It is filling in, but not a great deal. Not on this spot anyway. Check the other spots. All right, so similar to that spot, that was the first bit I took off. Everything is thickened up, like around it, and the areas that I filled in are getting a little bit of growth through it. Not a great deal, but enough to actually see a little bit of change, and over time it should fill in as well. I just need to avoid mowing over these areas, more like specifically like the bigger areas like this. But you can see there's definitely little shoots coming up, trying to push through. That will break through, it will fill in, just depends on how much play goes on it. This one over here I feel is a better sheet, so I'll check that one now. I'll take it off and come back. Pretty similar story out here. Greened up the rest of the grass and little bits of seed popping through, but nothing too dramatic. This one's actually got a lot more little seed. Gee. So it's definitely worth. Oh, actually this one over here has a lot.
Wow!
But this one's definitely gonna be all right, I think, as long as we keep some water on it, don't let it dry out too quick, and stay off those areas. I don't want this video going for too long today's Friday. I still want to show a little bit of the game tomorrow and tomorrow morning stuff. So I'm just going to go bang, 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 and just show like cutting, watering, rolling, whatever, just little like 2-second clips. So that's what this day is going to be. This pitch is ready for play tomorrow. I've given that a good roll, these two a good roll. Now I'm going to put the roll-on covers on here to protect it, and I'm going to give that pitch and that pitch a light water before packing up the practice nets and heading home for the day. See you tomorrow. Yo, what the fuck is up, YouTube? What the fuck is up, YouTube? I know this isn't the start of the video, this is basically the end of the video. But it's Saturday morning, got to get the wicket out here ready for play. It's the first game of playoffs today, so how that works is the top 6 teams play each other one time to determine the final ladder position, and the top 4 move on to the semi-finals and then the grand final. It is a perfect day for cricket today. Look at that, blue skies, the sun is out. Pan around the ground here, only a couple of little clouds like that, but no threatening rain in that at all. All right, I've taken the covers off. Here's a look at the pitch. It's a little bit greener than last week. Got a bit of juice back into it. I'm trying to recover it so it's pretty much fully recovered by the time they use these pitches. So it has been getting a mow, but I've been keeping the water up to it. That's why you've got the green tinge to it. Leaving a bit of green on it, leaving a little bit more length on it will make for a better contest between bat and ball. Whereas last week's game, or the week before when this pitch was first used, was an absolute batter's track road. Not many wickets fell. There was only about 8 wickets throughout the entire match, and like, 500 runs or something like that, maybe a bit more. Finished giving the far pitch about a 15-minute roll. Today's match pitch, half an hour. And the first game that they're going to play in the ODI series, this pitch, I've just given like a 10-minute flatten out. This one's already like rock hard. I'm actually so excited to be preparing and like hosting my first ever international cricket match ever. Like, I've never prepared for an international games or anything outside of really like private school level, and a few like other games, but yeah, just I can't believe I've actually come so far. Like,
W's in the shot.
I've only been doing wickets basically seven years. I've been in turf for 13 years, but wickets for 7 years. And now like, the job that I had, I thought I was going to stay in for a long time, and the way things worked out, and this is where I've ended up now, producing international level pitches for an up and coming international cricket team that I can see, based on their players they have and the drive they have, they're going to be a good team in the next few years. And they're already like qualified for the T20 World Cup, and they played in that, and that's an achievement in its own. But it's a fantastic opportunity, and I can't wait to see how everything pans out for these matches and myself moving forward in my career, like in many years to come. All right, before this match starts, and while I'm on the way to the third ground to repaint the creases, I've got another B Ghetto banger. This one was requested by Farry.25 on Instagram. I prefer it if you comment the songs in the YouTube video, just to help out that algorithm, you know. And I don't always see the DMs on Instagram because they come under like hidden requests, so I need to actually go searching for them to see any. But this is One Last Breath by Creed. Anything with Creed, love it. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. What an absolute tune that was. Now, just gotta go paint some lines on the creases. Let's go. You ain't really fuck with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm out right now. Ain't shocked right now. Thought you had it all figured out back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now. Ain't shocked right now. Fuck yeah, I love grapes. Love grapes. Love apples.
Who are you talking to right now?
The home team has lost the toss and we are bowling first. So I've just given these practice wickets a cut and a roll. Got to repair the 2 old ones and watch some cricket. So stay tuned if you want to see a little bit of that. And then I got to do the mid-innings roll, little sweep up, and that'll be it. But I'll put a few highlights and the final score at the end of the video as well. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. I've repaired both of these wickets, loam, seed, fertilizer, and chucked some growth mats on them to help them recover a bit and keep the birds off the new seed. Now I'm going to give them a good water. All right, the boys just got the final wicket of the innings. Got them all out for about 160, 165 in the last over of the innings as well. So going to go out and do the mid-innings stuff now. A little sweep, repaint the lines, and a light roll. All right, the second innings is about to begin. Hopefully you get a good win, chasing 165. And the next couple of minutes of this video is purely cricket highlights from this match now. So if you want to keep watching all the way to the end, watch that. The highlights are up. Hopefully they're good highlights. Thanks for watching.